This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and guess who's back? Ladies and gentlemen, who can forget the transgender teacher who went mega viral after he showed up to school with these massive fake prosthetic breasts that as he carries out his sick little perverted fetish in front of young school children. You may recall I reported on this when it happened. Canadian high school says it's illegal to criticize trans teacher with huge prosthetic breasts. And then I followed that up with this one. This is insane. School board rules that the trans teacher with giant fake breasts can dress however the heck he likes. And then we saw this in the same year. Students threatened with suspension if they photographed this trans teacher with these size Z prosthetic breasts, as it was revealed that he now has permanent security detail. Well, guess what? This is all so last year. Don't you know, in the age of gender fluidity, you can just change at the snap of a finger? Well, guess what, folks? This is what this guy looks like now as he's getting ready to go start the new school year. First day at a new school tomorrow is when he's supposed to start. As we see here, Canadian transgender teacher Kayla Lemieux spotted in Ontario without gigantic Z-cup prosthetic breasts. The trans teacher previously claimed that his massive breasts were real and that they were due to a rare condition known as gigantomastia. He only appears to wear the breasts while teaching in front of children, and he's been spotted numerous times outside of school dressed as a man. He's starting a new job at a secondary school in Ontario within just the coming days. And guess what, folks? This Z-cup breast teacher, Kayla Lemieux, is now being given a police escort tomorrow morning for his first day of school. And there's now photos and videos coming out of showing him now, like this one, meeting with police officers ahead of his first day of school. And get a look at the police officers that he's meeting with here. This cop is wearing a pride and transgender lanyard. Folks, if you don't see that this is a cult we're dealing with here, you might think again by the end of this video, guys. So we're going to cover all of this and much, much more in this video. But really quickly, before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. If you appreciate my efforts to bring you this info, guys, here you can do a one-time donation with PayPal. You can do Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies by clicking there. You can join me on Subscribestar for a monthly reoccurring contribution. $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever is within your means is greatly appreciated. You can also send an e-transfer to dan@pressfortruth.ca. Thank you so much to everybody who does contribute in that way. You can also send stuff to my P.O. box, guys. Links for all of this are located in the description below. Thank you so much to everybody who does take the time and effort to support my work here at Press for Truth. All right, let's take a look at this video that's now going viral on Twitter as this guy is confronted by I believe it's a Daily Mail reporter who confronts him about the fact that he is, presenting as a man now after he claimed that the breasts were allegedly real. Check this out.
Are you going to be teaching as members? Why did you say the breasts were real when you knew they weren't? Are you going to be teaching as a man or a woman this year? You have nothing to say? Do you feel like you've been targeted unfairly? Are you going to be Kayla or Carrie this year? Nothing to say?
Wow, and that's the big question. Is this guy going to be showing up again tomorrow morning with this huge fake prosthetic breast so he could, carry out his fetish in front of young children? Or is he going to now be presenting as a man as he shows up with the police escort? As we see here, exclusive trans teacher Kayla Lemieux dresses as a man to meet with officers ahead of the first day of school as officials go to great lengths to protect the educator. School officials and police went to extraordinary lengths on Tuesday to protect Kayla Lemieux, the high school teacher who previously donned enormous size Z-cup prosthetic breasts in front of students. Lemieux drove to a Tim Hortons coffee shop only blocks away from Nora Francis Henderson School, Secondary School in Hamilton, Ontario, and met with 2 female plainclothes officers from the Halton Regional Police Service. As he did the week prior and revealed in exclusive Daily Mail pictures, Lemieux presented as a man. Now, you'll notice the Daily Mail here is calling this person a she, and then follows that up with how he's presenting as a man. I'm not going to be overly politically correct like these, insane editors and journalists are doing. I'm going to call this guy for what he is. We're going to stick with reality here. So I'm not going to engage in this when I read this article, just so you know, moving forward. There was no sign of the teacher's long blonde wig or gigantic prosthetic breasts under tight-fitting tops. It is not yet known how he will present himself tomorrow on the first day of classes, nor have school officials made any pronouncement about its views. And the fact that this guy is even allowed, to be in front of young, impressionable children really goes to say a lot about how this is really a movement to normalize the transgender community among children. And this is something I've been talking about for years on this channel, and everybody was saying, oh, Dan, it's not a big deal. And I was warning as far back as 2015, 2016, this is going to be a very, very, very slippery slope. And now we're starting to see, just how bad it's getting when you have transgender police officers protecting this pervert who wants to carry out this sick fetish. Now, interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys remember Jessica Yaniv. If you just go to my website and use the search feature and you type in Jessica Yaniv, you're going to find all these videos of when I covered this. The wax my balls or else. Jessica Yaniv claims discrimination against gynecologists for refusal to do a Brazilian wax job. Do you guys remember that? Facepalm, Jessica, wax my balls or else. Yaniv at it again with new human rights complaint. We've got the ball waxing trans woman, Jessica Yaniv, may actually win the Human Rights Tribunal, and then in a victory of good news, wax my balls or else, Jessica Yaniv loses the tribunal hearing case. So this is a case of a man, presenting as a woman who wanted to go in to have a Brazilian wax job, and when these women refused, he thought he could sue them. He thought that this was a fast way to some quick and easy cash by manipulating a loophole and abusing the system for money. Part of me wonders if that's what Kayla Lemieux's main objective was here. It almost seems to me like he found a loophole in the dress code that it doesn't apply to teachers, and then I think he thought that he was going to be able to sue them for discrimination, but to his dismay and surprise, the high school was all for it. They ended up protecting him. They were saying it was illegal to criticize him. They even went on to say that he's absolutely allowed to dress however he likes, and that students would be threatened with suspension if they took photos of this guy, and then he was given a permanent security detail. So maybe the plan backfired a little bit, and now it looks like he's just going back to being the way he always was.
Why did you say the breasts were real?
Presenting as a man, perhaps because his grift failed. I don't know. That's just a thought, because obviously this man is not anything what he claimed that he was. He claimed that the giant, massive breasts were real. Let's not forget that, right? Lemieux followed these officers to a nearby police station. They spoke for about 30 minutes, getting ahead of tomorrow's start of the school day. Meanwhile, a trio of security guards contracted by the school board patrolled the sprawling property and monitored the entrances to its 2 parking lots. This is, again, your tax-paying dollars going into protecting a transgendered pervert, and they're using your money to contract pro-LGBTQ cops to protect this pervert. It's absolutely insane. So we'll see what's going to happen there tomorrow morning at the schools. I believe this is in Hamilton, Ontario. We'll see. Is this guy going to show up once again, carrying out his fetish, dressing as a woman with these massive fake breasts in front of young children? Or is he going to just give the grift up and show up as his true self, the man you see here in this video? Time will tell. We'll see what happens tomorrow, folks. But I just wanted to bring all of this to your attention because I've been covering it ever since it began. Once again, guys, if you do appreciate my efforts to continually bring you this information, don't forget to check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. Again, links are located in the description below. If you happen to be watching this on my website, you can just go to up here, Rumble or BitChute or Odyssey or Minds, any one of the video sharing platforms that I use. Click on more or just expand the description, and you'll find all the links for everything we looked at here today, and also to where you can support my efforts at pressfortruth.ca/donate. So that's all for today, guys. Once again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button. Share this video with your friends and family who you think need to see it the most. And stay tuned. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.